Welcome back to our final session of the Commonwealth Trade Investment Summit. And before we go into our plenary 6, which is our mitigation and adaptation session, we're very honoured today to be joined by Mr. Peter Obi, who is chairman of Next International, who will be delivering an address on Africa's role in the new global economy. If I could invite Mr. Obi onto stage to make his remarks. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think my own is when it talks about Africa, that is interesting. Thank you. It says African role in the world economy. I think this topic is of a very great importance, considering the vast opportunities in Africa, which, if we're harnessed, will contribute immensely, not just to the Commonwealth, but globally. Today, despite what you can say, the vast potentials of Africa only contributes from WTO about 2 to 3% of the world trade. And of course, it's about 3% of the global GDP. If you compare Africa to other continents, you just see the difference. Even in per capita, which we use to measure poverty and everything, you'll find that Africa is merely about 2,000 when you compare to the nearest continent after that, which is Asia, at about $9,000. Despite that, Africa today is the second largest continent in terms of population of nearly 1.5 billion, but especially with the highest number of youth, or what you can call working age population of nearly 1 billion. No other continent like that. And of course, Africa has a huge hectares of uncultivated arable land. Africa possesses about 30% of the global mineral resources. So you could see the potential of Africa. Yet, when you compare it with what is happening in terms of its contribution, so following the present destruction by Trump in some known and settled global economic orders, Africa stands at an opportunity to be able, in the new order, to be able to prosper, because you could say it missed out on the globalization that people are today celebrating. Africa wasn't part of it. But I believe that if we can organize ourselves, so people will always ask, what do you need to do to change that scenario? And what will Africa do to contribute in the global economy? I think that what is missing, leadership. Africa needs leaders that will prioritize productivity, especially in investing in critical areas of development, investing in education. If you have youthful population of about 1 billion, you need to invest in education and skill, because it will provide the workforce that is needed for productivity in Africa and the world. Africa needs to invest today in the world food market or productivity. Africa just contributes about approximately 300 billion. Yet they have fast cultivated land. which, if properly cultivated and given attention, could go up to $1 trillion. So Africa can actually be a net exporter of food and contributing to the war. People will always say to me, oh, how? I'll just give them an example. Bangladesh today produces about almost 60 million tons of rice. And Bangladesh is just about 148,000 square kilometers of land, in terms of land space. And with a 167 million population, they have, you can see, they hardly have the space. But a country like Nigeria, where I'm from, we have about 923,000 square kilometers, which means we have about over six times Bangladesh size, and yet we do not produce 10% of what they produce in the rice. So you can see there's so much room for agricultural productivity. And if we can do that, not only will Africa be able to feed itself and become a net exporter, but if Africa moves to the next stage where they become more productive, especially in manufacturing and value added in their raw materials, you could see that immense potential clearly. We will contribute a lot in the new order after Trump, being a net exporter of finished goods and everything. And mineral resources is the same thing. If we manage the mineral resources very well, value added, you could see Africa contribute meaningfully to what will come after Trump destruction. So basically, Africa is positioned in what I can call the new order to become a place that will transform and contribute to the world in terms of global growth, global market supply, and everything. But the first thing, it needs to invest in critical areas of development, which is education, health, invest in pulling people out of poverty, which you can fight using the money. So that's my little contribution this afternoon. Thank you.
Brilliant speech as usual. Like we have someone like Mr. Peter Obi, who contested for the 2023 presidential election, and he is not the president of Nigeria. Rather, we have someone of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who cannot give a 5-minute speech, who cannot speak to his people, who cannot deliver a speech on any topic, who cannot address issues of concern in Nigeria. But here is Mr. Peter Obi, who can deliver a speech on any topic, who can speak on the global stage, who knows the problem and also has the solution. But he's not the president, because we love putting round peg in a square peg in Nigeria. We don't vote for people who are willing to do the job. We vote for people who is their turn. We vote for people based on our ethnic, religious, and party sentiment. For your information, this speech was delivered at the plenary of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, and Mr. Peter Obi has been a member of the governing board since 1997. 1997. You have someone that has been a member of a governing board of the Commonwealth Enterprise since 1997. This shows you the caliber of person Mr. Peter Obi is. During the 2023 presidential election campaign, Mr. Peter Obi said something. He said he has the contact to make Nigeria great again. He said he knows people that he's going to drag into Nigeria to come and invest in Nigeria. And this is beginning to show off. Imagine being a member of the governing council of the Commonwealth Enterprise since 1997. This period of 1997, one man was in US pushing drug. He was being convicted of drug trafficking in the US. But here you have someone like Mr. Peter Obi being drafted as a member of the governing council in the Commonwealth Enterprise. And you think if you elect him as a president, he will not do the best for Nigeria? He will not attract high-profile investment into the country. Look at how Nigeria is being run. Nigeria is being run as a sole property. Nigeria is going from bad to worse because we have people at the helm of affairs that do not have the connection, that do not have the expertise, that do not have the willpower, the willingness to do the best for the country. You have people who go around all over the world trying to entice investors to come into the country, who waste taxpayer money, but yet investors are not coming into the country. No wonder Mr. P2B said, investors are like bees. You don't go around looking for them. You put your house in order and they will come. This is what Mr. P2B would have done. Mr. P2B wouldn't have gone all over the world searching for investors. Investors would have come to search for him in Nigeria because he would have put the requisite things in place to attract them. In his last interview, he boldly said, if I was the president, in 2 years you would have seen the difference. I would have revamped the economy. You would have seen the result in key critical infrastructure in this country, in healthcare, in education, in pulling people out of poverty, in creating jobs. This is what I would have done. Mr. P2B would have done it, but the man there is not doing anything. Our economy keeps dwindling. The people purchasing power keep reducing. Insecurity is the order of the day. Look at what is happening in Plateau State. People are being killed like chickens. The president is resting in France. No word from the president, no encouragement. If it was Mr. P2B that was the president, Mr. P2B would have visited Plateau State. He would have commiserated with the people. He would have taxed the security agencies to fish out the people. As a matter of fact, this wouldn't have happened because Mr. P2B would have made sure that our security agencies are up and running. Nigeria is gradually dying. Every institution in our country is collapsing. What we are experiencing is ineptitude. The government of the day is a colossal failure. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody is doing anything about it. And we don't understand that this is affecting our own personal life. This is retarding our growth. The more Nigeria keep retrogressing, the more the quality of life of the people keep going down. Mr. P2B has what it takes to make Nigeria work. Mr. P2B has what it takes to make Nigeria prosperous. Mr. P2B has what it takes to make Nigeria a prosperous and an enviable nation. We must ensure we give him that opportunity. We must ensure we don't miss out on Mr. P2B. We must ensure we make Mr. P2B to become the president. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.